Okay, hi guys. First of all, thank you so much. And after a long time, we are going live on YouTube again with our alumni. So it's going pretty busy with Simandhar education. So there are a lot of corporate tie-ups, a lot of corporate placements which are happening and on. And I know that we have not covered a lot of our alumni and who have been pretty successful in, I would say, not just passing the exam, but getting a good job. And now they are doing pretty well. So today we have Jay Samant, and this is on a popular request, Jay. Most of them had this question that can just being a BCom, can I pass the CPA qualification without having any CA background, right? Can I pass the CPA exam or not? And today I would want to tell you guys that Jay Samant have passed the CPA exam just being a BCom, and not just CPA, you also passed US CMA exams also, guys. So that is all in a less than 12 months timeline. So that's an inspiration for us, and that's why I selected him for our alumni series interviews, which are back again on YouTube channel of Simandhar Education. I request everyone to follow us, right, and subscribe us on our YouTube channel, and please ensure that you also follow us on Instagram. So now the Simandhar Education channel will be extremely informative, because now that we have just started our activities and we are planning it around and trying to talk to each of our alumni who have passed the qualification and have got placed. And I think it's very important considering that this 2024 changes also coming up. So I feel that it's important that you guys attend these alumni sessions, which will really help you. And welcome, Jay. I know that you're very, very happy after passing CPA and now getting placed at BDO. So how's the feeling, Jay, of passing CPA exam first?
First of all, everyone at my home, especially my mom and dad, were really happy that, I have cleared CPA exam. Like, for them, it's like कि बच्चा बन गया, US का CA बन गया, इंडिया नहीं तो नहीं, but US का CA तो बन गया. So it was something like that. So बहुत happy moment था. Then even after clearing CPA, within a week, I think I got a interview call from one of the big four, which was really like eye opener for me कि Simandhar education का इतना अच्छा tie up है. But it was in US taxation, so because my aspirations or my dream is to make a career in the field of audit, so I decided to wait. Sir assured me कि जय डर मत, मैं हूँ तेरे पीछे, तेरे को प्लेस कर दूंगा ऑडिट में, so you don't have to worry about it. So after, I guess, waiting for around 2 or 3 months, I got a first chance to interview with BDO. So like interview process and all, agar if you are targeting for such big companies, the one thing that we should keep in mind is कि ये लोग हमारी बैंड बजाएंगे इंटरव्यू में. So for that purpose, you'll have to be really good with your concepts. Like being a fresher, they don't expect me to know like the technical part, like software कैसा चल रहा है या फिर तुम actual में practically कैसा करोगे, that they won't expect us to know. But whatever you have learned in your CPA curriculum is what they expect you to know, like अच्छे से, बहुत अच्छे से. You should have a good technical knowledge about it, or else you will be screwed basically in the whole interview. And plus, if you are targeting auditing, then you should know about the gap standards as well, where Simandhar helped me a lot. Like for far, especially, I remember in 2022 के starting में, I guess Jan या Feb में start हो गए थे sir के far के lectures and all. So morning 7 a.m. or 6:30 a.m. sir used to be like, तुम 5-10 मिनट लेट हो गए तो सर used to get really angry. But उतना सुबह उठ के attending a lecture, that too online, and sir has this amazing ability to make a online lecture, that too during a early hours of morning, interesting. Like ऐसा नहीं है कि भाई मॉर्निंग में हम उठ के लेक्चर अटेंड कर रहे हैं, बट you won't be feeling sleepy. So जो भी concepts है, like governmental accounting standards, which is like a hell in the whole CPA exam curriculum for us. Like कुछ logic नहीं है, everything is like bouncer for us. But that difficult concept as well, sir has taught it in a way that I was able to crack FAR exam specifically with 91 marks, like 91% or percentage. So yeah, and there were lot of questions like after clearing CPA ki, what was your study strategy, kuch shortcuts bata do. So for those guys, there is no shortcut in CPA exam. You will they expect us to score around 75%, which is like तुम ऑप्शन में छोड़ छोड़ के भी क्या छोड़ोगे, कुछ ऑप्शन नहीं है छोड़ने का, एंड दिस इज एन एडेप्टिव एग्जाम. सो वी विल हैव टू बी श्योर कि अगर मेरा टेस्टलेट नंबर 1 में कुछ गलती हुआ, लाइक दिस इज व्हाट आई फेस्ड इन बीसी paper, which is gonna be, I guess, changed from 24. So tabhi I still remember in testlet 1 I had got some question related to some of the section which I was not that great with. So uska मेरे को गलत आंसर मैंने कर दिया था. नेक्स्ट टेस्टलेट आई गॉट मैक्सिमम क्वेश्चंस ऑन दैट टॉपिक इटसेल्फ. सो डोंट लीव एनीथिंग इन ऑप्शन. अगर फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में अच्छे मार्क्स से क्लियर करना है, सब करके जाओ, वरना बैंड बच सकती है एग्जाम में. एंड स्पेशली सिमुलेशंस आर समथिंग दैट यू विल हैव टू प्रैक्टिस अ लॉट, बिकॉज simulations is a one area where there is a plethora of opportunity for there is a plethora of opportunity for those guys like the AI CPA to screw you, because तुम्हें एग्जिबिट्स में कुछ भी डाल दिया अतरंग सतरंग, तुम्हें वो सब देख के अच्छे से सॉल्व करना है. एंड या यू विल हैव टू बी रियली गुड विथ योर आंसर्स, वरना नेक्स्ट टेस्टलेट डिफिकल्ट लाइक नेक्स्ट टेस्टलेट पे अपने को समझ में आ जाता है. अगर डिफिकल्ट हुआ वेल एंड गुड, नहीं हुआ तो तुमने कुछ गलती किया है पहले वाले टेस्टलेट में. So yeah.
So Jay, I know that it's not at all easy for a BCom student to pass CPA exam, right? This is what people tell. How would you rate the difficulty levels of CPA exam out of 10?
I would rate it around 7.5.
Guys, I just hope people who are watching that out. So he's not at all considering CPA exam as very tough, and he's just a BCom guy, and he passed US CPA and US CMA. बट ठीक है, ये तो जनरल हुआ. थोड़ा प्रैक्टिकल पूछता हूँ जय. आई नो फर्स्ट आप पहले कोई दूसरे इंस्टीट्यूट के साथ थे, फेल हो गए थे वहां पे, एंड देन यू जॉइंड सिमंदर एंड यू पास्ड ऑल एट फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट. बट हाउ डिफिकल्ट इट इज to cope up with that failure, right? When you joined in there, and I think you didn't clear one of the sections there because of that.
I cleared all.
Okay.
Yeah, I had cleared all the sections. Like I think cleared Reg and BC in the first go. Then I was preparing for FAR, but lectures and all online बराबर नहीं थे.
Okay, super. तो अब आप मेरे को बताओ, as a BCom student, how do I start? Which subject should I start? Should I start audit first? Should I start FAR first? Should I start regulation, or should I start BC? What could be the flow of the sections?
It's all a personal preference, means which if you want to start with a difficult one and get it out of the way, anyone can choose FAR because it's voluminous. And the next subject to target after FAR would be audit, because there would be some concepts that are from FAR which can be tested in your audit exam. अगर तुमको accounting standards ही नहीं मालूम रहेगा, तुम क्या audit करोगे? Basically, that's what the concept is. But if you ask me, I had appeared for BC first, because I had CMA USA का background. So it was like I had to just go through the content what it is there in BC, because it's like a summarized version of what we find on the CMA examinations, and I had to practice quite a bit MCQs. So I still remember it was around 25 days which I took to study for BEC, cleared it in one go. But the biggest mistake that I did was I was really overconfident, because CMA I had cleared on an average score of 85. So I was really overconfident कि क्या CMA में कर दिया है, इधर हो जाएगा. So I guess as sir says कि तुम्हें simulated exam में 80 आना चाहिए, in then only you can think of going for the exam. So I scored around 60s. So when I saw my testlet by testlet score in my simulated exam ka thing, so it was like MCQs I was scoring like terrific, like 90, 95 odd. Simulations में बैठ गया था, उसको बैंड बच गया था, like around 20, 30 था. So I spoke with some of my friends, and one of the sir, who the CPA, so he is like, Jay, your concepts are good, but the only thing is that you have not practiced simulations. Your concepts are perfect, so don't worry, just practice simulations, go for the exam. And BC, because being overconfident, but I got a wake up call just 2 weeks prior to the exam ki, if you don't practice right now, you're gonna flunk. So उसके बाद I got 2 weeks to prepare for simulations, went for the exam. अगर मैं उतना over confident नहीं रहता तो I guess I would have scored about 85 in that as well. इधर 80 में मैं आके stuck हो गया, but by the grace of God I cleared that exam.
तो
So
जय मेरे को बताओ, तो आपने BC फर्स्ट यू स्टार्टेड, देन मूव्ड ऑन टू फार, देन ऑडिट,
reg,
और BC देन रेग, देन फार, देन ऑडिट.
wait, yeah.
Okay, so guys who are watching it out, so he started off with BC first, and just to let you know, our BC batch is starting. So good way to kind of promote our batch schedules also. So BC is a very popular section anyways, Jay, this year, because that is a section which is undergoing a change next year. The BC section is getting abolished, and 3 disciplines are coming, and discipline ke exam dates are very, very dangerous. Just to let you know, Jay, next year, discipline dates every quarter in the last month it's happening. So a lot of them this year, they are planning to enroll CPA and trying to finish BC at least. And that's what is our recommendation also. Who all are preparing for CPA, I think BC should be your first section, like Jay said, for BCom student. And one more logic would be that BC is much easier, at least than the other section, guys. So that would be my advice also, in case if you're planning to start CPA exam. So BC first. Definitely, I'd have suggested FAR, but I think Jay started off with regulation and then went in with FAR and then went in with audit. Okay, so Jay, you came in from Mumbai, right? So opting out for online classes, because today a lot of them tells her physical session hai kya and all. And since Simandhar started, we have over almost 800 to 700 alumni, right? So among CPA, CMA and all, and we never conducted physical. So how was your experience transitioning to an online? Because I know in Mumbai, anyways, traffic is a lot, but were there other factors to opt for online classes than the physical classes?
When I opted for Simandhar specifically, because I was not getting any online lectures, it was a pandemic. Even if someone asks me if in 2021, I have asked me after, like December 2021, mein, would you have opted for online class if it wasn't for a pandemic? Then my answer would have been bluntly no. कि भाई इधर ही जो है हम face to face, if you have any doubts and all, you can clear it and can get जो भी है doubt solved. Okay, you can face to face. Okay, you are done with your day. But Simandhar was a shocking experience for me in a way कि first of all, the lectures, even if it being an online thing, those were interactive. Like I मतलब ऐसा नहीं था कि मैं सो गया लेक्चर में. And even if I had any doubts, we had this live chats going on like what we are having on Zoom right now. So similarly, sir takes lectures on Zoom and हमको chat में continuously कुछ ना कुछ टाइप करना है, वरना सर का एक रिमाइंडर आ जाता है, यस एवरीवन बताओ राइट है रॉन्ग है, या तुम्हारा तुम क्या सोचते हो इस पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक के बारे में. सो that is a way that the lectures get interactive. And if we have any doubts with regards to MCQs or any concept or even simulation, so Simandhar has this telegram groups for each and every subject, audit, BC, FAR and reg. So we can go over there, just put in the MCQ number, the doubt that we have, and that would be cleared within a day. Even sir replies, other our colleagues over there, alumni, everyone replies over it, so it gets solved within a day maximum. That's what I have seen. So you are on mute.
Okay, sorry, I've just unmuted now. So now I want you to tell us 3 pro tips for FAR, audit, reg and BC. So people who are starting with FAR, what are the 3 study tips which you want to give them? They are just BCom guys, huh? They're all scared whether they can pass FAR or not. So what are the 3 pro tips, and it has to be short and summarized. Jay, first.
First tip for FAR would be attend sir's and I guess Suraj sir's lecture on FAR. So you would get a head start on what is there in a particular topic. Go through the book. Like don't leave even a single line over it कि भाई ये आता रहेगा, ये simple है, नहीं, सब पढ़ो. Then the third thing would be solve the MCQs, and just don't solve it कि हाँ C, okay, C मेरा right आया. So you shouldn't be getting it right for wrong reasons. You should be getting it right for the right reasons. So you should be knowing कि why C and not B. And if you have got it for the right reasons, so you will be on a track with the curriculum, with the concepts. And then would be practice MCQs, sorry, simulations as much as you can, right? Simulations are what I have seen from my personal experience in the exams were hell for me, even though I have scored cleared in the first attempt. But simulation का practice चाहिए, वरना तुम्हारा उधर जाके बैंड बजेगा. So simulations practice करो and revise at least, I would say, 6 to 7 times before appearing for the actual exam. And and score at least 80 to 85 on an average on your mini exams and your simulated exams. You will be good for the real thing.
Okay. Now, what about audit, Jay? And I know that you wanted also to go into audit, and I understand when we placed you in EY, you said, no, sir, we don't want EY. I want something in audit background, and I had to do a lot of hard work to place you in an audit profile. So actually, we have guys, Jay's mom's testimonial also on YouTube. So Jay said that I will not give testimonial. I'll come live and share my experience with the audience. But having said that, Jay, because you're so passionate for audit and for a BCom student who's not having any audit background, subject like audit can become really tough. At least accounting BCom student might have read there in BCom final year or second year, right? Audit, though, it becomes very difficult. So what was your study strategy for subject like audit?
What I feel is audit comes naturally to me because मेरा थोड़ा सा टेढ़ा thinking है for everyone to actually understand, like to give a basic background about it, कि मेरा टेढ़ा दिमाग है. मैं उल्टा ही सोचेगा, like you know कि इसने मेरे को x नंबर बोला है, but ये x नंबर बोला है, उसके पीछे ये x ही है कि y है, वो क्यों है, and ऐसा my dimag works in a different trajectory altogether sometimes. So it came naturally to me, like professional skepticism, what we say, questioning mind. So वैसा रहना चाहिए. So it was something that come naturally to me, but still there are some certain chapters or modules in audit, those are specifically difficult. Like for example, what we can see is operating cycles. Like for a fresher who has no prior work experience into audit, or even working in any firm, so internal controls का flow chart and all कैसा बनता है, and how a particular transaction flows, that was a big question mark for me. So like you will have to see what are your strong points and what are your weak points. Like for me, strong points were मुझे ऑडिट प्रोसीजर्स जो रहता है, दैट केम लाइक नेचुरली टू मी, मेरे को समझ में आ जाता था, लाइक कि क्या है, क्यों है, आफ्टर रीडिंग वंस और ट्वाइस. बट फॉर मी टू गो थ्रू दोस साइकिल्स, ऑपरेटिंग साइकिल्स, इट वाज लाइक कि 2-3 बार गया फिर समझ में आया. बट आई वुड से Simandhar lectures, along with that you can even go for Becker ka lectures, especially for those operating cycles, because I guess Michael Brown takes those part and he has explained it really well. So अगर तुम्हारा कुछ उधर डाउट बचा, इधर देख लो, अगर इधर से सॉल्व नहीं हुआ, go to the Telegram group. For me, if I had doubts, I just used to see Becker का lectures for those operating cycles. देख लिया, आ गया, I am good. And then देखा तो MCQs first time मेरा था 50-60%. For me, that was something shocking. I have never scored so low in MCQs. Even if I was attempting for the first time, my scores were around 70-75. So that was something shocking for me. Understanding that part, working upon it again and again, making it your strong one, and बाद में after 2 attempts I guess मेरा 90s में आना start हो गया score. So yeah, you will have to practice a lot on the areas which you are weak in. Like
I think transaction cycles, guys, is what Jay is talking about, which is one of the tougher topics in audit. And especially audit 3, 4, I think A3 and A4 are very popular chapters among our student community in Telegram. Many of the people who pass, they tell me that, sir, these 2 chapters ना इन लोगों को बहुत practice कराना है, multiple choice questions, simulations and all, because AUD 3 and AUD 4 are really tough. Now, Jay, what about BC written communication simulation? So, how would you practice the written communication part? I know that from next year, written communication is not there, but I'm also sure that many of them will not write BEC, or for sure would not want to write BEC next year, because then they'll be covered in discipline, which is more tough. So, they'd want to finish CPA this year itself. Now, what would be your pro strategy for written communication since part of BEC?
So for written communication, what I will do is, after understanding my, because I won't solve it for the first time when I'm going through the content, but when I'm doing my first or second revision, at that point of time, I picked up written communication part of the curriculum. And what I did over there was I used to know the concepts. So even if, for example, they have given me a question on internal controls over IT, like, you have to suggest to the firm. So I will write whatever I feel, then see what solution Becker has given over there, compare it. And if I'm in a good position, so theek hai. If I'm missing out on some key concepts or keywords, I will work over it again. So that's what the like CPA aspirants can do who are preparing for BC right now.
Okay. So I think we noted down this, right? So I think in BC written communication part, one more thing is they don't check more for, I would say, on the English part. I think what Jay wants to tell is it's more about conceptual things, right? So what you're writing, those important or relevant keywords, I think that plays a very important role when you're attempting a subject like BC, and in that you're targeting a written communication sense. So these are very important. Now, Jay, in regulation, do you tell the students to by heart all the what you say phase out rules, or is that required? And what was your strategy for regulation?
For regulation, I went through all the lectures, then went through the book to know the concepts. But phase in phase out limits only for, I guess, QBI, the qualified business income deductions, and all, for that part only I kept in, I remembered the phase in phase out limits. For others, I was like, just skip it. If I'm gonna rectify this stuff, I might lose out on some other key parts of the exam, like S corps, C corps, and all. Like those are main parts. Even if they are gonna if anything like phase out phase in ka they will ask, they are gonna provide you with the numbers, because those get changed every year as per the inflation rate in the US.
Awesome. So now, Jay, one of the important question which comes up is in financial accounting reporting. Now, FAR is considered to be voluminous because of the sheer content which is tested in FAR. So, what was your thing on preparing for financial accounting reporting?
For financial accounting reporting, the one pro tip that I would like to give everyone is, keep journal entries, please ratify mat karna. That's because अगर 11th 12th BCom, those were like, ठीक है, हमको सिर्फ 4-5 चैप्टर रहता था, we used to rectify it, कुछ नहीं आया तो जर्नल एंट्रीज लिख के आके we have cleared. But over here we will have to know the concepts, and journal entries का अगर those 3 golden rules you remember, so you can even make it out or from a journal entry itself or from the question. Keep भाई एक्सपेंस है तो इधर जाके ही वो स्टिक होगा, इनकम स्टेटमेंट में फॉर एग्जांपल ऑपरेटिंग में जाके स्टिक होगा, सेलिंग एसजीएनए के पार्ट में ही जाके स्टिक होगा, एंड द अदर वुड बी वेदर यू आर पेइंग कैश, पेएबल, लायबिलिटीज. सो दैट्स समथिंग लॉजिकल. So don't ratify the journal entries, but yeah, revise concepts again and again, because it should be like a loop. You should not forget any of the concepts that's going to be tested. So like for FAR especially, each and every module or sub chapter I had revised around 8 times or 8-9 times odd. So daily my strategy used to be during revisions, like on day 1 for Monday, I would revise whole of FAR 1. The second day, that is Tuesday, I used to solve from unlimited practice tests what we have on Becker software, at least 50 MCQs and 3 simulations on random basis. So And on that same day, Tuesday itself, I used to revise part 2. So if we consider even if we are taking 4 weeks of revision, आराम से 8 times तुम्हारा revise हो जाता है.
Okay. I think awesome, guys. So that was about FAR, Audit, Reg, and BC. FAR, yes. As Jay said, I like harassing people at early morning 6:30 classes, and this guy used to wake up and attend those classes. So good, Jay, you were attending the FAR classes, Audit, and also good to see that you have utilized some of the lectures properly and ensured that the software is also practiced accordingly. Now, Jay, one important question which comes up is post CPA, right? The placement and the overall experience with Simandhar. I know that most of the times I don't cover this, but off late my team was telling me, sir, people should know what is Simandhar and how Simandhar have helped the students. So this question is more from your experience side. How was your experience with Simandhar Education, Jay? Straight away starting from the teaching, from the passing, and from getting the placements.
So Simandhar ticks each and every boxes, for basically, if we talk about agar India mein, if you have chartered accountancy, the first thing is like, even if there is any n number of classes, right? The first thing that comes to our mind is how is the faculty, how are they teaching? Agar उन लोग नहीं बराबर नहीं पढ़ाया, तो what are you gonna writing the exam and clearing का chance तो और ही नीचे आएगा. So for in that perspective, if you ask me, Simandhar ticks the first and very important box of is like they have good faculties who are conceptually strong, who can guide you with examples and all, ki, how to target, what is a particular concepts and also wo pehla box tick ho jata hai. And even there are guidance from sir side ki how to go for a particular exam, like कि इतना revision करो या फिर score X number of marks in your simulated exams and then only go for the exam. Otherwise मत जाओ, revise again, because these exams are really costly. Like एक exam when I gave, it was like on an average it cost me around 55,000. तो अभी I guess around 60s आ गया रहेगा because of the dollar rupee rate. And then would be with placements, like the shocking thing for me is like I have cleared CMA from some other class, but udhar jo main owner hai of the classes, he never contacted me. It was his employees. But over here, sir was the first guy to contact me कि clear हो गया, okay, let me add you on the WhatsApp ka alumni group. So my first point of contact was sir. Then I got to know the placement team and all. So यहाँ पर sir का personal touch है with all of his students or alumni who are preparing for the CPA exam, and even he knows about each and every student कि किसको कौन से इसमें interest है, उधर place करो. So that's something shocking, कि how sir is able to manage all this stuff. And I guess Akshay from the placement team, he also took some extra efforts कि okay, ये company में देखते, अगर I am sending your resume, call back आया तो बताना, and all करके. So BDO was the first firm that he sent my resume for audit purposes. Call back around 2 या 3 week के बाद आ गया. At that point of time, I was also in constant touch with sir. I was just harassing sir कि sir कभी होगा मेरा placement. And even sir was like कि everyone from your batch or September batch has been placed, only तू ही बाकी है, सिर्फ तेरा ही प्लेसमेंट बाकी है. सो फिर सर वाज लाइक कि ब्लॉक लीव चल रहा है वहां पर, होगा तेरा इंटरव्यू, जस्ट वेट फॉर इट. सो आई वेटेड फॉर इट. सो इवन आई यूज्ड टू हैरेस अक्षय, तो अक्षय भी इधर उधर भेजते रहता था मेरा रेज्यूमे. बट बीडीओ से आया, देयर वाज सम अदर इंटरव्यू लाइंड अप, बट who will lose out on an opportunity to work for one of the top 5 companies. And so top 5 थोड़ा घिसेंगे, बट ठीक है, उतना अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस भी मिलेगा इन लाइफ.
Thank you so much, Jay. I think that was very important for people to understand how the ecosystem is created and how the entire Simandhar team, it's not just Sripal Jain, but there's an entire team of Simandhar which kind of helps end to end on all our faculties as well. Good to see that you have got a package which is equivalent to a chartered accountant salary. And I think that is more important, right? Because end of the day, it's not just the profile which is more interesting for you, but also the right compensation also, which is very important after you pass CPA. Anything below 8 lakhs, people don't like, I would say, passing CPA, I think that's not the package they would like, unless and until they are like really, really passionate. Okay. So now we will leave it up to our audience for questions. So I think this was a quick, not quick, I think it would be a 30 minutes discussion with Jay. So I will leave it up to now to the audience to ask questions on the chat window if they have on the CPA preparation, CPA study strategy, post CPA, and all those stuff. Straight away, first question which comes up is of Abhilash Roy. Hi, sir. I cleared my CA final group 1 in multiple attempts, and now I'm preparing for group 2. My fear of failure is stopping me to start with CPA. One more fear is it will cost 55,000 rupees per paper if I fail the CPA exam. In CA, if we fail, we lose time, but in this CPA, we lose time and money. Please suggest me what to do. What is your pro tip, Jay? Would you also have that in your mind, guys? यार अगर मैं फेल हो गया तो मेरे को तो वापस 55,000 रुपए लगेंगे.
I had
And
that.
what would you do to overcome that?
I had that in back of my mind. That's the reason why I took some extra efforts. Like कि अगर मैं ये exam को जा रहा हूँ, like for example, I'm going for far, so I want to clear it in my first go. That's the reason why अगर if it would have been something like CA जहाँ पर 15, like I don't remember the exact cost that might be. It should be around 2,000 rupees odd. So तभी वैसा रहता तो I wouldn't have changed classes in the middle of my preparations. But over here, because either I lose on 55,000 or pay some extra bucks, but be sure that I am going to clear this exam in the first go. So you should be confident, and you should be really thorough with your concepts and all कि तुम जाके exam दो और first attempt में ही clear करो. For if you ask me, for every paper I was like around 90% sure that I'm going to clear this exam after appearing for that paper, even though I felt ki, the paper got difficult from first one tested to the other. But I knew from the back of my mind ki I have given my 110%. अगर कुछ हुआ तो भगवान मर्जी, अभी next time वापस attempt कर लेंगे. But you should be around 100% sure कि मैंने देख I have prepared it really well and practice enough. Like 8 revisions usually नहीं होता किसी से, but मैंने 8 revisions 9 revisions करके ही I have appeared for every exam.
So I think this is a very, very important tip, and people who are watching that out, who are frightened that will they pass or not, right? So this is a very important thing to understand, is to write the mock exams. In CA, normally mock papers people take very lightly, or those mocks are not so reliable and all. Here the mock tests are very, very good. The way they are designed, they are completely exam oriented and all those stuff, right? So in that way, I would say to practice mock exams before you go to the final exam, or schedule the CPA exam. In that way, you don't lose money also, right? And you are better prepared that, okay, you will not fail the exam because you have written in the mock, where are you standing off. So for people who are preparing for the CPA, our pro tip is that till you don't get 85 or above in the mock, don't go and schedule your final examinations, because it's very difficult to pass that exam accordingly. Okay. Now, next question comes from Arnab Saha. Right. After passing CPA with BCom qualification, what is the process of obtaining the license? Because I think there is a shortage of credits. So Arnab, I think Jay, I think will do the bridge course. So Jay, do you already are you registered with that, or how's it like basically?
I guess I have like not from Simandhar, but from some other classes from where I had started my CPA journey. I had registered with them for a bridge course. I have 120
Yes. So
credits.
normally, guys, Jay gets 90 credits with BCom, right? So as I said, the moment you register for the bridge course, even if you're a BCom, you can sit for the CPA exam and write the CPA exam. And parallelly, Jay also started off pursuing the bridge course, and most probably he will be completing it and then apply for license. And accordingly, he'll get the license of the CPA, considering that I myself a licensed CPA. So I might sign his experience, but he should complete 1 year with that company in order for me to sign or verify his work experience. So this is an example, guys, that there are a lot of people who ask me that, sir, after CPA license only I can get job. Nothing like that in India. The moment you pass the CPA exam, you can get a job in India. And then parallelly after that, you can apply for license, because there are a lot of them who are like, why should I register bridge course? I'll do later, this, that, and all those stuff. So you can immediately do that. So I don't think so that should be a problem as such. Okay, so I think that is what you should be taking care of that. So Arnab, in his case, I think is safe enough. So when he started BCom, he also started a bridge course along with it. So I don't think so he'll have any issues whatsoever in obtaining his CPA license. So most probably, I think he didn't complete a year. Once he completes a year, I think we will actually kind of apply for his license. Okay. Hello, sir. Thank you all for what you have been doing for your students. Also, congratulations on the Google achievement. Thank you, Nishita Bhatia. Okay. Felix, I have a question. How many weeks or hours you have studied per exam? Okay. Jay.
Weeks or hours? Hours are like
First, we'll go with hour. Per day, how many hours you used to spend?
around 6 to 7 hours. Like if you
7 hours per day, and
are
on weekends, on Saturdays and Sundays?
Saturdays and Sundays, it depends. अगर कुछ family plan है तो I used to take कि चल बाबा, like what we do in gym, right? कि चल आज cheat day है, मना ले cheat day. So for me, Saturday and Sunday, my parents used to be home, so sometimes it used to be like a cheat day for me, because thoda relaxation of mind is also required after doing some heavy lifting in the 5 days that of studying and all. So I would suggest you कि it's not about the quantity of hours that you're putting in. 150 hours तो तुम्हारा जाने ही वाला है on an average every subject if you're reading it for the first time. But it depends, like it's not like कि मैंने आज 7 घंटे पढ़ के खत्म हुआ, but it's about कि मैंने चल भाई आज 4 ही घंटा पढ़ाई किया, but those 4 hours were something where I have learned something new or I have revised it and मेरे दिमाग में वो सब गया है. ऐसा नहीं है कि मेरे दिमाग से सब बाउंसर जा रहा है, मैं 12 घंटे पढ़ाई किया बट नहीं हुआ. सो इट्स मोर अबाउट द क्वालिटी, नॉट द क्वांटिटी ऑफ टाइम दैट यू आर स्पेंडिंग.
That's a very, very important point. So people who are watching this out, this question, many of them ask me, Jay, and I've been telling them, even if it's 1 hour of quality study, it's more equal than 12 rubbish hours of distractive studies, right? So it's a quality greater than quantity. But yes, 5 to 6 hours per day, if you're a full-time going student, I think that is a good timing, I would say, in order to prepare for the CPA exam, right? Okay, so next question comes up is, yes, guys, keep typing in there because I'm losing out the track. Yes, next question is, what is the starting package? Okay, an enroll agent qualified can get. Okay, so we have some questions on enroll agent. I think EA, the starting package is around 5.5 to 6 lakhs. I think that would be the starting package for EA. I think Samir Josh had that question. I just hope that clarifies. Okay, the next question is, what is the salary for CA plus EA? I would say the same one. I don't think so. It differs a lot because chartered accountancy already are paid well. If you add an enroll agent, it's just that you will add an additional 1 lakh or 50,000 as such. I don't think so. It will make significantly any impact. Same goes in for CA plus CPA also. Okay. Yes. Next question for Jay. Yes, guys. Questions, can you please keep typing there so that we can check there? And can we avoid a bit question on other courses and just stick to CPA and CMA? That would be great, guys.
So
Yes.
the question for you, what is the pass percentage?
Yeah. So what is the pass percentage? Okay, so I think the pass percentage of Simandhar is exceptionally high. I would say I don't want to put it like 95 or don't want to tell like other institute that 80% of alumni in India are from Simandhar and all those stuff, because I don't think so that's a right figure to talk about or talk on behalf of the market. I think it's what you do actually kinds of talk about it, right? So I think the pass percentage is pretty much good. It's above 90, and we have got a lot of students who have scored Elijah What Cells Award. So it's almost like 3 students who have got in track. Last year we got 2. So our pass percentages, our students who score above 90s are really good. Now, one question which come, right? Are there any study hacks for FAR subject for the working professionals? Jay.
So I am not the right person to answer this question because I was a full-time student when I was, preparing for FAR or, CPA exams. So what I can tell you is keep, try like if I had taken around 3 months of quality studies to appear for FAR exam, I would suggest you to take around, 5-6 months, like FAR being voluminous one. So you'll have to plan your exams in a way keep you are not missing out on that 18 months ka criteria, which is gonna be applicable after you clear your first paper. So you will have to plan your exam. Like Abir, for example, after coming from work, if you are not able to study, then you will have to shell in extra hours on the weekends. So you will have to plan your studies accordingly, have adequate practice, and then only go for the exam, because यहाँ पर cost is like 55 to 60K के बीच में.
Okay, so I think one important clarification which I want to give what Jay have given is the timeline of 18 months have been extended by 12 months extra. So you have overall 30 months, provided you register in January. Now that 3 months are passed by. So in case if you register for CPA exam today or tomorrow, you still have 27 months to pass the first exam, because they have given an additional 18 months window because of 2024 timeline. There is nothing to be happy about, guys, who all are watching, because next year the results are like, if you write the CPA exam in the month of January, you get the result in the month of May. So that's a delayed results. To compensate that, they are giving you an additional 18 months window, guys. So my recommendation would be to write the CPA exam this year and complete it. If you don't want to go with Simandhar, perfectly fine. You go with any institute or whatever. But please ensure that you target the CPA qualification this year, because next year the results are delayed, the subjects, the scheduling is delayed, and also you need to plan properly and register as soon as possible. Okay. Sir, I heard about LMS from one of your videos. Please explain about LMS and how a student can benefit from it. So I think when Jay was there, we had an old LMS where he was studying Jay. So I would want to take this question. So I think the new LMS is more about talking about, so we have additional multiple choice questions, which we have incorporated in the new LMS. We have added additional simulations. We have added revision lectures. We have added Simandhar Samarth program, which is there in case when they register, they need to shell out a bit more for Samarth program. But that Simandhar Samarth program contains basics of accounting, basics of taxation, basics of auditing. So these are the three important things which we have covered in our new LMS, right? Apart from that, I think the most important thing is to put up those daily MCQs, which we used to put it in Telegram. We have added in the new LMS, right? And then we have a lot of what do you say, ongoing, I would say mentoring sessions every week. So that are also being covered there, right? So this is what you would be seeing in the new LMS actually. So I hope that clarifies the new LMS thing which we have started off. And slowly we will be adding more multiple choice questions and ensure that you practice a lot. And just not about Becker, but also about Simandhar additional MCQs and SIMs will ensure that you score a bit more what you were getting now. Okay. Next question is from Mahin Zulfigar. Sir, I am from UAE planning to start CPA. Simandhar providing assistance in placement in UAE. Kindly answer this, as I put this question many times with admin of Simandhar. Mahin Zulfigar, unfortunately, this is something which is not in Simandhar hands, and the other institute who promises you that they'll place you in US or all other locations, all is fake, and all these things are very crap, because no institute has powers to kind of place unless you don't have a work permit or a work visa of that location. If you have that, then it makes things easier for me to place you in that. Like if you have an EAD in the US, so it makes easier for me to place you in that companies. But if you don't have a relevant visa of that country, I mean, I can't place you. And in order to get that visa, you need to write certain exams and all those stuff. So that is one of the reason why we don't talk much about the placement guarantee. But yes, whatever we can, we normally assist and we give our 100% support, but we don't promise any guarantees. And that's why our admin team is very silent on your question of UAE placement. Okay. Anamika Saha, if I pass my BCom with first class from a NACA graded college, will I have 90 credits or 120 credits? So Anamika, I would say even if you're a first class from NACA, like Jay also have said in the beginning, even if you're a NAC accredited, my strong suggestion is to definitely register for a bridge course, because these days the evaluation agency which used to evaluate that NACA, which is West, takes a lot of time for evaluation. Like almost they take 3 to 4 months. So people who are enrolling with Simandhar, we are strongly recommending them to register with the bridge course and go with NASBA's evaluation, because it's lesser and takes less period of time and all than the routine evaluation which is going on. So my humble request would be, even though if you have a 120 credit, doesn't mean that if you're 120, you will qualify for the CPA exam. You should have sufficient accounting subjects, sufficient economics, management accounting subjects. So that's why we recommend you to go with a bridge course and sit for the CPA exam. Okay. Okay.
So there is a question: which field pays more after CPA for a fresher, audit or tax?
Yes. What do you say, Jay? Because you have seen, you have given tax interviews also. You have given audit interviews also, Jay. So what would you suggest?
I would say as a fresher, for sure, what I have seen with my friends and all, key tax would pay you more, but once you gain experience, audit is a field that's gonna pay you more in the future. So it's like demand and supply का चलता है वहां पर भी. अभी फिलहाल कैसा है कि in the market there are a lot of students or freshers who are looking out for a job in like specifically US audit या फिर and the quantity which is supplied is really less. तो उनको मालूम है कि अगर मैंने इसको एक्सपे किया तो इसको आना ही पड़ेगा, दूसरा ऑप्शन नहीं है, इवन इफ यू वांट्स टू come in this field. But with when it's come to tax, because it's like exploding in our country, US tax, तो उनको मालूम है अगर मैं उसको ऑफर नहीं कर रहा हूँ XYZ, दूसरा कंपनी देके he will take my candidate. So it's how it work. But what I feel is the reason I took audit is because it's something that I want to make my career into, मेरा dream है. So in future it's gonna pay me more than tax. That's what I feel basically.
Okay, so my answer would be audit or tax. I think completely depending on how you work in that company. Right. I think any qualification gives you a head start. It doesn't kind of give you a long-term picture. I think once you join in any company, you just need that start. So I think we gave that start to Jay. And now if his package will go up or down, it is completely in Jay's hands. It is not in my hands. In the future, will he go to partner level or not? Because as a teacher and as an institute, our job is to ensure that he's placed and he gets a job. Later, it is his experience, it is the way how he works in that company defines his growth, right? So people who are watching us out, right, it's not about which field you select, whether it be audit or whether it be tax and all those stuff. I think what is important is after you get in that company, how you perform, how you do your work properly and all, and that will define your progress. But having said that, yes, what Jay said, that there is currently a demand for US tax because the professionals, we do not have much people in US tax, and that's where the demand is coming from. And to be honest, to outsource a work like audit is a little difficult because it is regulatory in nature. So you don't find much opportunities for audit in India because of that reason, that that work cannot be outsourced so easily because it is SSC compliant work, right? And having said that, both are equally at par and both are very rewarding in terms. Okay. Sir, as you said that from next year results will get delayed, but can we write other subject exams till the results are out, or should we supposed to wait for results? Alex, that's the reason I'm telling you to enroll this year and pass the exam and write the exam, right? Don't even wait for result. I mean, Jay, the problem is half the students keep thinking. Now you tell me, when do you thought that you should do a CPA? Because this is one question which will come. Everyone wants to, they think, they even plan, they even want to commit. The next day they tell, no, sir, I'll defer my decision. I'll do in September, I'll do in May, I'll do in June, July. So how did you actually overcome that procrastination and decided that, no, I need to start my CPA preparation from today. I need to register. I need to pay out the money. अब जितने भी पैसे हो 3 लाख हो 4 लाख हो दो, because you know the value. When did you realize that, Jay?
After completing my TY, I was in a dilemma कि क्या करूं, so so I was thinking MBA, but the one thing that struck me, like whenever even after 12th, the one thing that I always did is like do something different from what others are doing. भेड़ चाल में नहीं चलो, हम लोगों का एक खुद का एक create one of your path for yourself. So most of my friends after 12th were taking normal BCom, easy है, निकल जाएगा 3 साल में. I took like I was good in accountancy from like 11 12th, so I was confident. Chalo, BCom, my university, which University of Mumbai back then had accounting and finance specialization. So I was the only guy from my group to take accounting and finance. From there, I developed interest into the field of accounting, and auditing was also a subject which was incorporated in accounting and finance ka curriculum. So I was like कि चलो यहाँ पर career बनाना है. So I was like कि BCom करने के बाद MBA के लिए each and every guy is going, like after completing BCom, either take a job which won't pay you much, but you will be, like चलो करना है कुछ तो करके करोगे, but it won't pay you. And MBA के बाद there would be a lot of competition. So in 2021 or 2020, when I started off with CPA, I knew there were very few people who were pursuing CPA from India. So I knew one fact for sure is like, over here I won't be facing that much of a competition, and if I get this particular qualification or certification, which by the grace of God I did in a quick span of time, so I would be able to get an entry into the market. Like abhi, if I compare myself with some of my friends who started their jobs after BCom, and if I am comparing my package with theirs, difference hai, like even though I am not having that kind of a work experience that they have. So if you want to achieve something big in your life, you will have to take some harsh decisions which would be against the tide. So yeah.
I think that's an amazing answer. If you really want to go or grow, right? So I think you should take a decision, and the decision has to be fast and efficient, right? And ये कोई शराब तो है नहीं कि कोई पी लिया और गलती हो गई. It's end of the day, it's studies only, guys. Even if you have taken just like that and you think that you have done something and any doubt comes in your mind, just imagine that this end of the day you're studying, right? And anything, any knowledge in any form is always have its own importance and adds value. At least in Jay's career, it have definitely added, and I'm 100% sure it will add for others. Sir, I don't have relevant work experience, Vinita Punjabi, due to gap because of C attempts. So lack of practical knowledge, will it be a hindrance in placement and age too? I'm already 28. Vinita, just to let you know, Jay is completely fresher with no experience of articleship, nothing doing, and he got a job in BDO, and the salary is equivalent to a chartered accountant. I know many of them are asking what is Jay's salary. तुम लोग सोच लेना 8 के अबव है. अब तुम लोग गेस कर लो कितनी है, क्या है यूट्यूब पे. आई नो लॉट ऑफ दिस पीपल ना, वो लोग पीछे पड़े रहते हैं कितना मिला है कितना मिला. आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड. जब वीडियो बोल रहा हूँ टॉप फिफ्थ कंपनी में, दे शुड एक्चुअली मेक आउट व्हाट इज इट, राइट.
There's a
बट
clause,
हैविंग
no
सेड
one can
दैट,
disclose their salaries. तो आप कितना भी किसी को पूछो, रेंज बताएगा, वो भी नहीं बताएगा चलो करके. So that's
करेक्ट.
what it is. There are a
So
lot
I
of
would say, I think relevant work experience in his case also, Jay had no experience. He was a complete fresher, no articleship experience, no prior experience, Vinita. So he's a complete fresher, BCom with no CA background. So it is, you can understand that he got a good package and he got a good company end of the day, and he got a good profile, which is very important. He got a profile which he liked the most.
Plus age doesn't matter after completing a qualification like CPA, or you're doing a, like, in short, it's the chartered accountants of US. So age won't matter. Even I am 26, so even I had that back of the mind when I was looking out for a job. 25 tha, but I had that in back of my mind, keep I have wasted or invested a lot of my days of youth, or I have lost out on so much of a practical experience. So age won't be a hindrance as per my personal experience.
Cool. So I think that's a good question, that age is not a parameter. So Aditi Gupta, I am in my second year of BCom. When should I start my CPA journey? Immediately you can start, but I would strongly suggest you to start with USCMA like Jay has done. When he was pursuing BCom, he started with USCMA, then pursued USCPA. So please contact our staff, Aditi, and you can kickstart both the courses and complete like how Jay have done. Okay. Aditya Agarwal, do you play CA? Like suppose I have taken classes from you but not yet completed CPA. So during the course, do you place chartered accountants? Aditya, yes, we have done that in the past. In case if we have requirements, why not? I mean, we have all the what do you say, the powers to kind of send your resume across and all those stuff. Aditya, again, there is no guarantee whatsoever. Guarantee to koi cheez ki nahi hai bhai. So if there are requirements, definitely we send across. If there are no, we don't send it. So that's how it is.
Plus
Okay, so I think, yeah, Jay, you wanted to add something?
yeah, keep in group, follow that group, you will find opportunities. मतलब every day नहीं बोलूंगा, but week में 3-4 दिन तो आ ही जाता है. There is an opportunity in X company, Y company, X profile, Y profile. So yeah, and you being a chartered accountant, I guess you will be ticking most of the boxes in that experience, or what they are for that particular JD.
Okay. So one question, and I think this is the last question, I think, because even Jay is also getting late. It's already an hour, guys. So last question of today. Hello, sir. I'm from US. What are the opportunities in USA comparatively in IT field? I didn't get the question. So I think he's asking the questions. He's asking the opportunities in the US. So I think in US, audit and taxation opportunities are more, because we have seen that almost 3 lakh professionals in the US since last 2 years have left the auditing and the accounting and the taxation profession. And I think the opportunities are completely more Santoshi in that. So if you want to kind of register, please register for CPA exam. US is currently facing a huge talent shortage. Sir, can you tell us why is that? Why are people leaving the profession in the US? The reason is either they are becoming older, right? The age is becoming a significant problem. Second is the work culture. There are a lot of people are not liking accounting auditing field as such. So that is also becoming a one big constraint, right? And third definitely is I think they want to move into more into influencing and all those stuff. And then the US printed money like anything, and so people enjoyed a lot of that money, right? And they don't want to come to the job field anyways. So I think these are some of the short-term, opportunities. I would say right now in the US is very high because of the people who are living in the profession and all. So you just ensure that you do CPA, but also please understand that they will only hire the experienced people, not the freshers. So you need to ensure that you have some sort of internship experience also. Okay. So definitely CPA is a very good course for a person with tax profile. There's no second thought about it. So with enroll agent, you go to senior manager level. If you want to go to the partner or director level, CPA is mandatory in US tax. So I would say EA and CPA is a terrific combination in that way. Okay. Yes, this is his first job, Priya Patel. Thank you so much, everyone. I think Jay can be reached out on LinkedIn. Please ask him his first job, second job, or what is his package and all. He might disclose you in person. Please follow him on LinkedIn. Please ensure that you follow Simandhar Education on LinkedIn. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we'll keep bringing such alumni and share their experiences and all, because these are very important things, and these are the questions which people ask us a lot. How a BCom can pass CP exam and how did he do it and all. So please ensure that you follow Jay Samant on LinkedIn. He's definitely there. And yes, thank you so much for watching today's session. It was great having you, Jay. Thank you so much for giving your time. Take care, everyone.
Bye. Thanks, guys, for tuning in.